Hey everyone, welcome into our latest Trade to Black podcast. As usual, I am your host, Shad Dales, and today I'm going to review the views and stance President Donald Trump has on fully legalizing marijuana in America, particularly his consistent emphasis on leaving the decision to the states. I'll explain the broader implications of federal legalization and how the States Act could change banking for cannabis companies. So with that, let's dive into it. First up, Donald Trump has often reiterated his belief that the decision to legalize adult use cannabis should be left to individual states. This position aligns with his broader political philosophy of states' rights and limited federal intervention. But why does he hold this view so firmly? And what are the potential benefits and challenges of this approach? Trump's stance on cannabis legalization is rooted in the principle of federalism, which advocates for a division of powers between the federal government and the states. By leaving the decision to the states, Trump believes that local governments can tailor their cannabis policies to better reflect the values and needs of their constituents. This approach then allows for a more flexible and responsive regulatory framework, as states can experiment with different models of legalization and regulation. Now let's look at the past. Historically, the United States has seen a gradual shift towards state-level legalization of cannabis. As of now, 24 states have legalized recreational cannabis and 39 states have legalized medical cannabis. As a result, this patchwork of state laws, it's created a complex legal landscape, but it also can't be denied that it demonstrates the growing acceptance of cannabis across the country. While state-level legalization has made significant strides, the lack of meaningful federal legalization remains a major hurdle for the cannabis industry. Federal prohibition creates numerous challenges, including limited access to banking services, tax burdens, and legal uncertainties for businesses operating in the cannabis industry, something we know all too familiar with. However, one potential solution to these challenges is the strengthening the 10th Amendment through entrusting states, otherwise known as the States Act. This bipartisan legislation aims to protect states' rights to regulate cannabis without federal interference. By amending the Controlled Substances Act, the States Act would ensure that individuals and businesses complying with state cannabis laws are not subject to federal prosecution. So what would be the impact on banking? One of the most significant benefits of the States Act would be its impact on banking for cannabis companies. Currently, as many of you know, many financial institutions are reluctant on providing services to cannabis businesses due to the federal prohibition. This then forces many companies to operate on a cash-only basis, which poses security risks and complicates financial management. The States Act would provide much-needed clarity and protection for banks, allowing them to offer services to cannabis businesses without fear of federal penalties. This would enable cannabis companies to access essential financial services such as checking accounts, loans, and electronic payment processing. In turn, this would help the industry grow, thrive, create jobs, and generate tax revenue. So let's now compare the States Act to the Safe Banking Act. Both aim to improve banking access for cannabis companies. The States Act might offer, though, more comprehensive benefits. The Safe Banking Act focuses primarily on providing safe harbor to financial institutions serving cannabis businesses, but it doesn't address broader issues like federal prosecution and legal uncertainties. The States Act, on the other hand, offers a more holistic approach by ensuring that businesses complying with state laws are protected from federal prosecution. This broader protection might make it easier to garner bipartisan support and really pass the legislation. So bringing this all together, Donald Trump's emphasis on states' rights in the context of cannabis legalization reflects his broader political philosophy and the historical trend towards state-level regulation. So really, what does that mean? From afar, it appears Trump will take the responsibility of rescheduling cannabis and providing registered jobs in America. However, when it comes to full-on legalization, he will likely keep it at arm's length and once again leave the decision to the states. Moving forward, meaningful federal legalization remains crucial for addressing the challenges faced by the cannabis industry. We are very much aware of that. The States Act offers a promising path forward by protecting states' rights and improving access to banking services for cannabis companies. Furthermore, the comprehensive nature of the States Act might make it more beneficial and potentially easier to pass than the Safe Banking Act. So what do you all think would be the ideal path moving forward when it comes to cannabis reform? Does it make more sense to focus on the STATES Act or the Safe Banking Act? In some cases, it may not be a straightforward answer, knowing many people involved in the cannabis space have different ulterior motives. One thing is for sure, we'd love to get your feedback, so leave some comments below and let us know what you think. Also, if you like this content we produced, give this video a like, make sure to smash on that bell for all notifications, and like I usually say, if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate it here at TDR. One last thing, make sure to scan this QR code and become a daily baked-in newsletter subscriber delivered to your inbox Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, giving you all the latest information on the business and reform side of the cannabis industry. So stay informed, stay connected, and I'll see you next time here on the Traded Black Podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales, and thanks again, everyone, for watching.